What's up, bros? Dr.Victor here. You know what? Christian Bale is bloody amazing. This guy is the real-life weight chameleon. So today we're gonna talk about his amazing godlike transformations. This guy is a beast. So let's just see throughout the years his amazing transformations. He was kind of a skinny kid growing up. He didn't have that much muscle mass like when he was a teen and in his 20s. But we see like in the year 98, 99, he starts to build a bit of muscle. He's pretty lean. But then the godlike physique is like shredded in the year 2000 for American Psycho. You see him working out, probably he did work out a lot for that movie in preparation, lifting some weights, gained some muscle mass, also lost some fat. You can see he's pretty ripped, six-pack popping up. Allegedly, he did like 2 hours of lifting and 3 hours of cardio every day for 6 months in preparation for this movie. Pretty good looking physique, probably the peak of aesthetics for him throughout his career. Then 2 years later in Reign of Fire, he was about 83.5 kilos, so a bit more fluffy, but still muscle mass was on point and pretty lean. For Equilibrium, about 84 kilos, again looking pretty good muscle mass, again pretty lean. And then you go to 2004 for the movie The Machinist, which what he did here is like some Jesus Christ levels of sacrifice. So for this beast of a performance and weight transformation, he lost about 62 pounds. So from 84 kilos to 55 kilograms. Him being 181 centimeters, that gets you a BMI of 16.4, which is underweight. Yeah, and malnourished in this movie.
I have to do the part justice, and it's essential that the guy be incredibly gaunt, that he looks very sick, he looks very pale, as though he's headed to, the executioners or something.
So it was seen that in the 4 months of pre-production, Bale subsided on a diet of black coffee, water, 1 apple, and a can of tuna per day. So basically he was eating 200 calories per day for the preparation of this movie. I came up with the absolute brilliant method of just smoking cigarettes and drinking whiskey to lose weight. For many people, alcohol, suppresses appetite, and also smoking, which again, because of the nicotine, has a suppressant effect on hunger and on appetite. I don't know if you watched the movie, The Machinist. I encourage you to watch it. It's a pretty good movie, a psychological action thriller, but more than that, it's just amazing his weight transformation for this movie. You might think, oh, losing weight, yeah, it's hard, but think about it. Not only he was losing weight, but also he had to deliver a performance. He had to be present, cognitively, he had to be there, his mind working, memorizing the lines. Sort of have to be in peak performance mental-wise, but you're also, your body is kind of saying to you that you're dying and you're really hungry and you're gonna die soon. So you have to balance these things out.
Denying yourself food really kind of puts you in a bizarre mental state, and that's exactly where I'm gonna be.
It would seem that the first 2 days are the hardest when doing like a prolonged fast, when you are severely restricting calories, like he did, like 200 calories per day. That's a good thing related to hunger, that if you pass your regular eating times throughout the day, you're gonna see that, you're gonna be hungry like half an hour before those meal times, but after the meal time passes, the hunger kind of goes away and you're not gonna feel it that much. But when you reach those last few pounds of fat on your body, then your body becomes even more alarmed and the hunger becomes even more intense, and all the stimuli related to food around you become even more heightened up and more intense, and basically almost everything triggers you to be hungry and want to eat.
Go out to dinner and he'd ask us to describe the taste of the food. I mean, this man is a sick individual. I sit at the table, all emaciated, and say, what's it taste like?
It's interesting to know that Bale wanted to cut down to a mere 45 kilos, so 10 kilos even less than what he achieved. But the producer said, yo bro, you should stop, because we still need you in this movie. So in his interviews you can see that his amazing secret for weight loss was just not eating food.
I didn't eat. That was it.
Losing weight for a role in a movie is not a big deal, but it becomes a problem when you are becoming malnourished and underweight. And this is what Christian Bale achieved for this movie. And you can imagine it's not healthy to walk around at that low of a weight, because your body kind of begins to shut down and many processes don't work as they should. For example, you can paradoxically develop reduced appetite because your brain is just out of whack and his hunger and satiety hormones are just out of place. You're gonna feel tired all the time, so lack of energy. Think about balancing that with delivering an amazing role and performance for a movie. Muscle weakness, and you can see in the movie, just looking at him run is like an amazing feat.
Kind of just watching me run is a joke because I just have no leg muscles or anything.
Also, when you're malnourished and that underweight, pretty much any disease and infection is gonna go much worse, because your immune system and your ways of body to heal itself and protection are gonna be so low that pretty much anything is gonna almost kill you. And in the same vein, wounds are gonna take much longer to heal. Also, poor memory, poor focus, poor concentration, again, horrible things for being able to memorize lines, being an actor in a movie. Also, you're gonna feel cold most of the time because you need energy and calories to heat yourself up.
It's something that I found with losing a lot of weight. You're able to deal with the heat.
And you're also gonna have some mental side effects like low mood, even depression, irritability. So there's an increased chance of you being an asshole with everyone around you because you just don't have energy for all their crap.
You bet I fucking will! You fucking
Now in this movie, it's about a guy that basically doesn't sleep, he has insomnia, and then some wacky stuff happens to him. And it's interesting to note that lack of sleep can lead to problems related to weight. Many times lack of sleep and sleep deprivation can lead to weight gain because it screws up your hunger and satiety hormones.
I haven't slept in a year.
For other people, lack of sleep leads to weight loss and appetite suppression. But for most people, lack of sleep usually leads to worse food choices and imbalances in appetite, hunger, and weight gain. So after this beast of a transformation, Bale went on to go for the Batman movie in 2006. So of course you're not gonna see a 55 kilo Batman, a superhero. So he needed to put on weight.
When I first met Christian, he was extraordinarily thin, having lost an enormous amount of weight for The Machinist, which he was about to go off and shoot.
He did call me and say, well, you know, how do you look right now? You know, like, how am I gonna seriously be able to suggest to Warner Brothers that you could play Batman ever if, you know, you're that skinny?
The producer said, you know, Christian, we kind of need you a bit more, you know, bulky, bigger for a freaking superhero Batman. So Christian Bale, the good guy that he is, he put on weight. He put on 45 kilograms and he reached an amazing rounded 100 kilograms of weight from 45 kilos from The Machinist.
I was just stuffing my face all day long and lifting heavy weights and eating more and eventually went up to like 220 pounds.
Problem is, he became too fat for the role because he put on too much, stuffing his face, binge eating, also worked out, so increased his muscle mass.
I took Chris at his exact word about get as big as you can, but he didn't really think I was gonna get that big.
But for the movie, they wanted for him to be a bit more leaner, so then he had to lose another 15 kilograms. And finally, you got the real-life Batman, Christian Bale.
You just couldn't pull it off properly unless you became a beast when you were inside of that suit.
Allegedly, he was going to the gym up to 6 times a week for 3 hours apiece, while doing cardio every single day. But of course, no one expected of this man to put on so much weight in such a low amount of time. But this is no ordinary man. We're talking, of course, about freaking Christian Bale here, the weight chameleon.
It was a very tight schedule, but I just about managed it before we started filming.
So finally, for Batman, he reached 86 kilos. That was his final weight after shedding those few kilos of fat. Then followed up with the movie Rescue Dawn in 2006, which again, an amazing weight loss to 61 kilograms. So a measly 25 kilograms again lost. For the Dark Knight, again in 2008, he went back up to 86 kilograms, again some muscle, pretty lean. For 2010, 66 kilograms, again a pretty significant weight loss again for the movie The Fighter. Pretty much you can guess again what happened in the next movie. Yeah, he gained weight for basically almost 90 kilograms again for The Dark Knight Rises in 2012. So this guy was like the human yo-yo for those last 10 years. And you might think the ordinary man is just done with these weight transformations. But again, we're not talking about any ordinary man. We're talking about Christian Bale, the human chameleon. For the movie American Hustle in 2013, again, he moved up in weight to 103 kilograms, gaining 13 kilograms from the last movie. Then after this movie, the weight came back to normal. But then in 2018 for the movie Vice, guess what? Another amazing weight gain for him, again reaching 103 kilos and gaining 20 kilos in the process.
And gains 60 pounds or becomes this muscle-bound superhero. What is your method?
I wing it over a long period of time. There's a lot of prep that goes into it, but that's to give myself the confidence.
And it's at this time that he kind of decided that, you know what, all these preposterous transformations, maybe it's kind of time for me to stop doing that. Maybe I'm gonna die eventually from doing all these yo-yo transformations.
I need to stop it. It's not healthy for your body, you know. I'm in my mid-40s now. It's gonna start catching up with me if I don't start being a little bit aware of my mortality now.
And finally, in the year 2019, for the movie Ford versus Ferrari, he again had to lose weight for the role of a race car driver that has to be pretty fit, and he lost 30 kilos, reaching 73 kilograms. And right now he's at his usual weight. So finally, I hope his preposterous godlike transformations are over.
Nothing to it except for going to bed hungry and feeling miserable, not socializing with anybody because generally food or some sort of drink tends to be involved in socializing. But a great sense of really getting control over yourself. And then the complete opposite, when you're gaining weight, of just absolutely losing all discipline and just gorging like crazy.
Now, this is a testament to this guy's amazing versatility and mind that he was able to get through all of these transformations without like some binge eating disorder or anorexia or whatever, because it's so difficult to go throughout all of these transformations without being scarred related to your relationship with food, without developing some weird food addiction or whatever. So props to him. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, found it useful. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share the video because it helps growing the channel and me making more of these types of videos. Write in the comments what do you think about Christian Bale's amazing godlike transformation, about this human weight chameleon. And I hope for you to reach this enlightened level that Christian Bale has related to hunger control and manipulation. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see each other next time. Salut!
That's what I need to do. I don't know how to play that part without looking that way. I always talk with the director about it. It's just that they don't necessarily understand quite to what lengths I might be talking about.